Just big statements.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of minutes of the previous regular meeting as written.
I make that motion to approve.
Becky made a motion to approve minutes.
second.
Brad seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Unanimous. Approval of claims and payroll as presented. Gina, is there anything in claims?
Highlighted just a few things. One was a grate that Rocky had us get for the whole 14 of the golf course. I did go ahead and order those advertising banners for Hickory Woods that we had talked about for the pool and the golf course. We had to add the Hidden Valley Playground equipment to the insurance. We did receive the invoices for the ordinance codification and the conversion to the online that we split between funds. The repairs to the Owens Corning entrance Rocky had, we paid that. That was approved previously. And I think there was some Winter Wonderland expenses that I did not receive the tickets for. So we had some that were kind of lingering out there. So we used a donation fund for that, for those expenses. I think that was it.
Claims amount to $282,084.26. And payroll is $52,043.32. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve the claims.
Fred made a motion to approve claims and payroll.
Yes.
And payroll.
Second.
Rick seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Even. Ellie, you're up.
So very excited about the pickleball courts. I take a detour every time I come into town now to check out and see if anybody's playing. And I've seen Rick down there a lot driving around, so they're definitely getting used. I had signed previously, a couple weeks ago, the quote from Ludwig's to get the lighting complete. And then there was another quote that Gina sent over to me yesterday, I believe, or no, well, today. So I printed that off and signed it as well. And that was for electrical receptacles, I believe. So hopefully they can put those in when they're putting the lighting in. So everything's ready to go whenever Ludwig's can get started. So Rick, will you notify them, Doug, that everything's ready to go?
I actually Doug had me call Duke to set
Okay.
up the service.
Okay, great.
So
we can
I
do
had
that.
to give him the contractor information and I gave him the work order number from Duke.
Okay.
So hopefully they'll just contact Doug.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
Go ahead and tell them to go ahead with the outlets as well.
Yeah, I'll send
The
it. to-
outlets are,
I imagine
$1,260.
they'll probably put those right on the poles or whatever when they put those up, I would think, or put them somewhere.
There's gonna be 6 of them
Yeah.
total. There'll be some like at each course, except for the far end. There won't
Okay.
be none there because
Okay.
that's outside the fence,
Okay, okay, great.
but we can play around where to put them.
Have you put the other nets up yet?
No,
Okay, cause
I'm not
everything,
gonna do that until at least after this meeting.
okay, great.
I
Great.
mean, I can do it, anytime. Matter of fact, Rocky asked me today if I wanna do it.
Get them out there, yeah. It's gonna be
Yeah,
nicer,
I'll
the rest of the week, so there'll probably be a lot of people down there looking, that's for sure.
get you.
Yeah, so, we had a couple other things I think Jeff had sent. Do you want us to go ahead and bring those up now? Is that okay?
Well,
Okay. Anything else on the lighting? Anything else that you guys
I
need?
had a question for
Yes.
Andy. Andy, do we have, since they have that right of way entry, is this covered? I don't think we have the lighting a part of that, but I don't know if that really,
We had
know.
attached a list of the work.
but I think it was the stuff.
And it was all this, yeah. It was all the fencing, yeah.
Fencing, but I
I don't know if it had
we
lighting on there.
technically need to update this for electrical or not.
Do we need to make it any longer too?
I don't know how long it's gonna take them to do the lighting.
I don't know.
I get,
did Doug tell you? No, I've reached out and I ain't got an answer yet, but I'd like to, as soon as I figure it out, I'll let everybody
Okay,
know
that'd be great.
what the time's gonna be.
Yeah, so then if Andy needs to make that any longer. The bulletin board is in. I had it delivered. The guy tried to deliver it to my office and couldn't get down any of the alleys, so he went back to the warehouse and let me know that he didn't think he could get through. So that's why I checked with Gina to see if they could drop it off down here. So it's here. Whenever you guys decide,
Put it,
you all make that decision, because
I would think right off to the right of the front gate,
on Long Street side or by the firehouse?
on Long Streets. Well, that'd be by the.
And that little,
yeah,
Where-
by the entrance.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just out closer to the edge.
Yeah, and. Yeah, an offset there.
What we talked about today, Rick.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
And then we've got the hardware for the shade sails. We'll get down there and get that measured and maybe just order one of them, see how it's all going to go. And then if it all, gets up there and looks good or whatever and holds, looks like it's going to work well, we'll get the second one ordered too. And then same with benches. We'll kind of we had some benches picked out. I can show you a picture of those. And I've had them in my cart, my Amazon cart for months and months. But anyway, just black benches, and thinking that maybe put 2 of them under each shade sail, and then we may get, I don't know, we talked about maybe getting 2 to put out if people don't want to sit in the shade. So we'll,
There are people like that.
yeah. Well, now especially as cool as that air has been. So anyway, we talked about the signage, and I know you guys kind of went over the rules and set the rules. The old sign's up there now. Tell me what to do with that. Do you want me to get a proof of the same type of sign with all of the new rules on it? And I can order them. How many I think right at the entrance is the best place to have those. There may be.
I'm thinking at each court, there needs to be something right at the entrance where you're going into the court.
Yeah. Jeff said at least a subset of, if you don't want
Yeah,
to have the whole
the-
big
the-
long thing,
the
maybe a
basic,
subset of
No
food.
scooters, no
Yes.
food, that kind of stuff.
We are having, right now, we're having issues with that, just to let you know.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
I'm there
Yeah.
twice a week. I'll probably go past there 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Just,
So there were kids on
and the
every
reason why I
scooters.
did that is because I wanted to see what kind of problems that is actually gonna be there.
I think
Yeah.
you'll have some, you're probably going to have some kids under the age of 12 that are going to try to get on there without adult supervision because there's a lot that live around there. I mean, so I don't know what you want to do with that. If they're not hurting any, you know, if they're playing, not hurting anything, it's just, so, but it can be put on the signs.
The first night I was down there, and once again, this is kind of a learning process for everybody. We want all the bags, all the water, everything on the walkway. And of course, everybody walks in and puts everything in. They have their food, they have their drinks. And we say it politely to them, and it's on the sign actually, but nobody's reading the signs.
That's why I put that sign up. I didn't want to say something to someone
Right.
and, they look at me and show me where it says I ain't supposed to.
Yeah. It'll take a while to get all this through. And like I say, anybody just, we told the pickleball club, if you're down there and somebody's doing something, just let them know, this is the way we do things, just so they know. And it's for their own safety and it's for the safety of the court, so we don't have spills and everything on the courts. So it'll take a little while, and maybe we can put something in the paper, of what is expected there too.
Do you guys got a Facebook page or?
I think they do.
Do you?
Brookville, Indiana Pickleball Club. It's on Facebook.
There's probably things the town needs to put on there on ours, and then you can put it on
Fair,
yours.
yeah.
You guys put on yours.
Would it be?
I spoke with Rick
Oh.
today, just so you know, not your guys' problem that you're having. I just spoke with some of the officers for third shift. We're gonna have another meeting. I know school's getting out, I know these problems. So we're going to pick up enforcement around that area until these kids understand that that's not something you're going to do. But again, you can be gone for 5 minutes and 3 kids show up. Those things happen, but we are going to be more present around that court for a while and try to help that process out so that they get the understanding.
Okay, that's great.
Would it be worthwhile contacting the paper to see if they'll do some type of small article and then kind of?
I think they will. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
make a note here.
All right.
I think the problem is your signs, those are for law-abiding citizens. I'm just letting you know that, if you put no trespassing and they still trespass, and break onto the property, signs really don't work.
So we extended only for 5 months, which would be May 2nd. So I'm assuming we're gonna need to extend the time again, just to be safe.
Probably.
And the attachment didn't mention the lighting, so I just want to make sure there were two different, there was a 22,200 and a 1,260, both from Ludwig. Okay.
Sorry, you're.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll get something, Rick, I mean, so like I said, right now it's effective until May. You think July to be safe?
People won't pass that. No, because we would like to have this done for that 250th
Anniversary, which will be the end of the year.
anniversary, so they can have.
But it might be good to give a buffer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is just make it July 2nd. Right now it's May 2nd, give it 2 more months just to be safe, so that we don't have to come back and extend it again.
Right.
I mean, you certainly can finish earlier than that.
But don't tell them.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Tell them May 2nd. So what we'll do is, on the signage, before we leave that, I think one of the things on the sign had like, opening and closing times or whatever. Do we want to keep that on there?
Rick asked
or
me
you
about
guys
that.
wanna come up
So
with it?
we didn't settle on time. When we did the rules, we didn't settle on the times. And I had asked, are there hours for the parks? And there's not. And it's like, well, then that's probably a discussion that needs to be had anyway, is that.
That's why Rocky the Terrier is.
Should we just leave that off of the sign?
Well, let's talk about it.
I think depending on your lighting and depending on what you guys do with your pickleball or what you have planned for evening time. Would 10 o'clock be an okay time to call it quits? In case you got some of those in the evening time when it's hot, they want to come out and play pickleball when it's kind of cooler at night. So that gives that 8 to 10 window, and then anything past 10 is closed. off the pickleball courts, is that kosher? You good with that?
Hey,
So I think that's.
Did you say 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
So, what time does the pickleball club usually play? Well, what I wondered, Rick and I were
If-
talking about that today, like what time do you come into work? You could, I was wondering if he should just unlock them at 7 when he gets, that way he wouldn't have
I
to.
would think if you're out there hitting the pickleball, 7 o'clock, the people live right
Uh-huh.
there, they might
That's
still
true.
have.
That's true.
It is a
That's
distinct,
fine.
it's a distinct sound.
Yes, yeah, you can hear that ball.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. So 8 a.m. you think?
Council, okay
Have-
with 8 to 10?
Have them open by 8 o'clock. You guys start playing your
You
deal
bet.
around 8,
Yes.
correct?
I think 8.
At 8.
Good time to start. It's not too early to affect the neighbors and it's still cool enough. They
It's
can-
early for me, but not for.
I
them.
think,
They
I
can
think
play
8
for 2
o'clock.
hours for the
I'm sure he'll
July
have
heat,
open.
run
Yeah.
them off anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, not unless you all have some kind of event,
Well, yeah, that might.
then we can adjust it to somebody seeing to it that they're open or whatever, closed.
All right, and then we'll come up with a subset of rules to put like out each side. And then,
I
like,
think it
try
would
to
be,
know it-
I think it would be best.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jeff thinks.
Yeah, he said the same
I
thing.
think by inside on the walkway, it needs to be stated, everything stays on the outside. I don't know if we need all the rules.
That's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
just your basic, what's gonna get,
Yeah. No
you know,
food or drinks on.
no
the
food, no scooter,
And there's-
no rollerblade,
Animals.
that type stuff. Just being on each court to where they're looking at it when they walk in there.
Did you put that?
Well. Services.
We'll come up with a subset.
It
and
says
then
pets excluding ADA service animals are prohibited on the courts.
They can always play with that.
Then we'll let you know what that subset is and see if you guys agree with that before we print anything. Okay,
That'll all be in the bulletin board and closed.
yeah, we can put those in the bulletin board and on it, Okay, at some point we will, well, we're gonna get everything paid for up to this point, and then we'll see what money we have left. They'd like to get numbers for the courts. And then racks for the paddles, like the people, because I think that's,
We'll make those,
And
Okay.
have them in the aisleway or
yeah. the
actually
walkway
on the
there.
court.
I think that's etiquette. You put your paddle in there when you want to be next or whatever, right?
Okay.
Okay.
That's how they,
Well,
something like that.
let me explain this to you. Usually what you do is you have what we call free play, and since we have 8 courts, I don't know how many times we're gonna go, we're gonna have a lot more people than we have 8 courts. But up until then, you can do it however you want, or people go out and play or whatever, you can do whatever you want. Once you get to the point where all the courts are used, then we start using the racks for sure, where you put your paddles in, so that when they come off, you go on, and there's different ways of doing that as well. One way is the winners stay out after they win, and then they split. And 2 new people come on and they play, and the most you can win is 2 games in a row. Or you could have 4 courts doing that, you can have another 4 courts where you just put 4 paddles in, everybody comes off, so you can do a little bit of both. So you have like a challenger court, and then you have people that wanna play together, and they just use, they put all their paddles together. And then when their game is over, all 4 people go out, and you just switch. So there's different ways of doing it. I don't know how many times we're gonna have problems with that. We'll have some occasion where that'll happen, but I don't think that'll be an issue, but that's the way most places handle that. So.
Rocky, do you have a trash can? Do you have a trash can or trash cans that you can take down there? Or do we need to get some?
We do, but they're just metal barrels. I don't care because they will rust.
Will you want to put them inside, like on that walkway?
Well, you can put them outside, right? Maybe you can come in and one on the left side and the other side where the bulletin board's not, and then maybe put one all the way down at the bar and by that wall down there. This is, just so they have some place to throw the trash.
Okay, he's talked about the numbers, and also. At some point, we might, and we'll let you guys know, do windscreens on the fence. We talked about this all along.
Mhm.
There's windscreens
Yeah.
that you can put that would maybe provide privacy for the, people that live there as
Yeah.
well. So, and then probably on the Schilling Center side too, right?
Yeah.
It would be on the
Side.
north and south sides of the courts. So we'll see where the money's at again. Restroom usage,
Rocky.
restroom usage.
We prefer you not to use it out in public.
I tell my grandson that.
That's something, you know, up in the mornings. Figure out how to get closed up at nights.
Okay,
It can be a limited time. I mean, close them as y'all going out of town.
right.
I mean.
And then if they-
That's how it is.
Now, I was asking Rick today, when the aquatic center is open, you think it would be okay for them to walk over and use the restroom there? Would
I
that be,
do.
I mean, if
That's
they went
fine.
in instead of playing
Yeah.
pickleball, they're both town
I think that'd
properties.
be fine. Yeah.
So then, and they're open till later, you know, a lot of times. 6 or sometimes if they
And they
have.
can visit the canteen or anything like that. That's open too.
Yeah, that's true. The canteen, if they want to get snacks and drinks or whatever. So, restrooms will be open again when you get to work in the morning, probably, or same time you open the courts. Okay. I guess we can just kind of play it by ear and you guys can see how that's working out and if it ends up being an issue at some point.
What do you
We
do?
talked about a portalet. I'd rather run up to McDonald's than go in a portalet, you know, so.
What do you do in the park when it's closest? Do you close all the restrooms? Do you?
That was we do it. An issue because there are more people down there walking,
Yeah.
Yeah,
ball games and stuff, but this one up here just seems to be kind of like outside out of line.
Yeah.
Well, there's-
Wonder in there.
are there, young people down there playing basketball pretty late, usually? Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't know if they, you know, might cause a problem.
I guess too, once football practice, practice starts, those restrooms will probably be open until 7:30, 8 o'clock because the coaches, well.
So yeah, I would just kind of play it by ear and see if it becomes an issue, then we can address it. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, I, you know.
And if you have a tournament, then you're gonna have to
Right.
get approval from the town and you're gonna have to, you know, probably ask for some special times and stuff for restrooms.
I think the issue is what time they're gonna be closed. I mean, I don't know what to tell people because, I mean, we've had people now. And I mean, they've been locked. So I looked down over the hill and I saw those were open. I said, you're gonna have to go down there or go to a restaurant or something. So I don't know what to tell people.
Yeah,
You know.
cause the ones down below they don't lock, you know,
Okay.
they're, so.
McDonald's. McDonald's is close.
I think. I can run to my office, but I haven't played pickleball yet, so. Okay, what do you think about security cameras? Terry, Rocky, do you think we need anything down there like that, or if they're locked?
I like the idea with cameras. I like the ideas with cameras with all town properties, to be honest with you. But I would like to be involved in where the cameras are getting located, but because a lot of times when they put the cameras out, we don't get the best out of them, and that aggravates me to death. And so if we're gonna put cameras out, let's make sure they work and make sure they put in a place where it serves the purpose of what we needed. Basically what that's for is if you're out there playing on the court, you guys aren't around, kids show up, they damage it, it gives us a way to see who damages it.
Mhm,
And
right.
be able to get reimbursed for that and hold them accountable. So that's the main reason.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you see the cameras, a lot of times, good people will like, oh, there's cameras.
Right.
It's not 100% self-aid, or you can still get damage, you know that.
Mhm.
But I do like the fact that if we put some cameras down there, I do think that we need cameras down there. But that's just my opinion.
Did they ever put cameras at the aquatic center?
They do inside, yeah.
They're inside.
Are they,
Do they?
do they have them outside, Terry?
They have.
Oh, you got them outside?
5 years. So just-
Okay,
But they're not.
But they won't
Okay.
work for you guys.
okay,
I mean,
different.
the cameras down there at the port could be one in each corner on the light poles. something like that. It's
Well, you guys
Well,
discuss
So,
that
My
and
other thing would be, who would be, like, is the town paying for this or is you guys paying?
Well,
with the cameras,
Oh, that's the tax situation, right?
no. We'll see. We're not sure how much money we're gonna have available, but I also know somebody that might be able to help with funding, so.
Well, the reason why I say that, depending on 2 or 4.
Yeah.
And then with I would want access to those cameras.
Yeah.
Because if there's something going on town property, I think we should have access to those cameras without having to go through.
Oh, they wouldn't be our
responsibility. But I'm just saying, I think if it's town property.
No, they wouldn't
we
be our
need to have
responsibility. They
access.
would be the town's cameras and the town's, yeah, that would be, but if you need, if we need funding, I think that we could. Some grant funding could be
But
available
I
for
think it
cameras.
would give you guys the protection, all the money you've already spent already.
Yeah. Well, when I talked to Gina and she gave me, the guy to call, and I called him, and it was, all depends on how you wanna do that, whether you wanna have this recorded and sent into all this, and it got pretty expensive that
Yeah.
way. And then he was saying something about you just can't get cheap cameras, cause then you can't see anything.
And then it won't serve any purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
So we need help try to figure out
Yeah.
what we might need, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're gonna put something up there, you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
You might be able, to,
Yeah.
I don't know. But, until we actually get, serious conversations and actually get those guys to come in and look at the court and then have a conversation of what we're looking for, and what we need, then we'll have a better understanding of how many or what kind of cost it would cost for you guys to proceed with that. That makes sense?
Mhm.
And I'd just like to be a part of that.
Right.
So that
Absolutely.
I can help with that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get someone to follow up with you guys and Terry on that.
Oh, Rick will get me on his golf cart.
There you go, Rick. All right, so we need to follow that one up. Talked about the windscreens. I'm jumping all over this paper. Hopefully no one's following. Talked about, Jeff wondered about if we need an AED down there. And I think that there was a situation at the Laurel Pickleball.
We had a guy die on the courts.
Yeah, up at
Oh,
Laurel.
my.
It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
In their community center. He was
Yeah.
playing inside and there was no AED available. So he talked about that. I know you said something about there's some that could call 911, but do you think
Yeah.
there'd be a lot of people there with phones anyway? Would we
Well,
need something
no,
that would have
it-
something like that?
Well, when we were in Florida, the parks down there, they all had them, and I don't know whether it was required, but it's an outside AED. And it has a code on it, and you call 911 and they tell you the code, and then you
Oh,
open it up and
gotcha.
then you use it.
Oh, okay.
So nobody can come in and steal it or mess with it. And
Is that a designated line that 911
No, you would
recognize, or
you would
just?
call 911 from your cell phone, tell
Yeah.
them you're down at the pickleball courts in Brookville, and they would have a code to tell you how to open the AED.
it's in a case.
So you just have to
Did
work
you
with the
talk
911
to the,
operator if that would be.
Health department.
I talked to the health department and they ran out of grant money, so
Okay.
it wasn't about getting one. And when I talked to Shelley about it, she thought she may have.
If I thought this was a special I might be able to get one, because we
Okay.
got one for all of the officers' cars.
Well, but also, you're also looking at areas where you're talking about, it'd be a 5-minute process or a 10-minute process for an officer to get to that.
Oh, yeah,
Here,
no,
You got officers, and I would have a hard time believing that an officer, if 911 got called and it was an ongoing situation down there with what we have in our cars already, we should be down there within a minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
In that area. So you're not in a big city, but I'm not opposed to that. My question to Rick was to ask the attorneys, would we have any liability putting that down there if someone got in there or got hurt by it?
I mean, sure. I'll say I'm not familiar with any requirements as far as AEDs go, but I know that there has been a push to have them more accessible, especially in facilities that are hosting sporting events. But yeah, I think if there's, I mean, I think if it's properly secured, to where a kid couldn't get in it just to mess with it, I think. But then I don't know how you properly secure it while also having it accessible when it's needed. So it's, you know, it's a,
Well, here's the thing, you have a swimming pool there, you have football field, I mean, you have, if you put it in a central place down there, everybody could use it, I mean, it wouldn't.
The swimming pool has,
Yeah. Aquatic Center has one.
I'm not worried so much that get and if you use it for the right reasons and they get it out and they're using it, right? A lot of times those, you can't even use it unless it tells you to shop.
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of built in that way, right?
Right.
My biggest fear is something happens, they get it out, they start to put it on someone, it says shop. And I've got 3 people sitting around holding the person's hand
Yeah.
and the leg, and then now we've got 4 bodies.
People
because
using it.
They
Well, I
didn't
think
follow
you
the
probably-
directions during heat of the moment type of training type.
Yeah.
Things that we do all the time.
Right.
Do we know that? That's
Right.
the only concern that was to me.
Yeah.
That would we be in trouble for that if we put that down there?
Yeah, like if someone.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I think it would be a stretch. But you know, as well as I do, you're always gonna get named.
I know.
You know, you're always gonna get named. It's just a question of how strong the case is.
I like the idea with the code. With the-
Yeah, that-
I like
yeah.
that.
I didn't exactly understand what you had here.
Yeah. it's
But that
security
makes a whole
box.
lot of sense. You gotta have a code to open
To
it.
unlock it, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll,
So
we'll
they
check
don't
into
have
that a
glass
little
on
more.
them like those do? It's more hard box. like-
Yeah, it's a
okay.
hard, it's a
Would be an
hard
outdoor.
box.
Yeah. 'cause I
And
can
it
see
has all
kids
the
that trust
instructions on it.
Yeah, it's Pelican cakes.
Oh.
I don't want Kathy down there trying to use it on Bob every day.
We will,
It only hurts for a minute, guys. Trust
Trust
me, I know.
I hope I'm none of us have to find out. Okay, what else we got on here? Anything? I think that's it. I think that's all we got. So we'll check into the AD, I'll, you know, ask the 911 group if that would be something that they would be willing to do, to have that hope there. And then,
There
check
may be
with the-
grant funding for that too.
Yeah.
Available.
Yes, there are grant funds from different things for that.
Do you
And
guys have a link to your Facebook page or if we put that on our website as the pickleball courts, maybe if that pulls up and shows a picture of the course, and we could put a link to your Facebook page, like I think we do that for the golf course and other things. Is that okay?
Just make it public so it could be shared too.
Well, usually there's a link and it'll take you directly to their page. Yeah, it's like we have it for the pool and I think the golf course, there's a link on ours.
I know that we're still waiting on the latches for the gates, correct?
Yes.
For the 8
Some
gates.
touch up,
Yeah,
uh,
maybe some touch
and I
up.
had asked the guys that was working down there why they was there to measure that gate area and get a price on
Okay.
that for y'all.
Yeah,
So maybe with the money you save on the lighting, you
Yeah.
fill that
that
gap
8 area
because that,
down towards there's a gap still down towards
Yeah.
the.
the
and
gate
he's
that
afraid-
opens there.
afraid
That
someone-
needs to be secured because you can put locks on the gates, but if they can walk around it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And if they can open it, they
Drive
can
a car
parking
in
in there and might have some campers in there,
Yeah, so you guys have anything else? Rest of the
The
pickleball?
other thing, when we were talking here, you're talking about closing the courts off at a certain time. Are we talking about locking the gate or leaving it open?
locking the gates.
You're gonna lock the gate
Lock
every
the
night?
game like 10 o'clock.
Oh,
They'll have
okay.
an officer do it.
Not unless some kind of event is in
Yeah,
place
okay.
that
Correct.
we know about.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
other than that, 10 o'clock, they're locked.
I just want to have the power of pickleball people when you call me like this.
Right. Well, thank you all so much.
Thanks.
We will,
Got it.
anybody have anything in questions? We'll get our group together and come up with a sub sign and run that by you, and I'll check on the AED And we'll probably be getting shade sails, benches, things like that going too. So
Thank you for everything you and your
Well,
club.
thank you
staff.
all.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
so much. And thanks, Rick, for checking on it so often. I know you're driving by there a lot and checking things out
I
and
cruise by,
cruise by it.
they hear me coming.
Because when I go down there, lots of times I'll see you down there. So, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Main Street, Brookville request for use municipal parking lot.
So Christine had sent the following dates, June 26th, July 3rd, August 28th. That's where they'll have their Music on Main concerts on those dates. And then she said there may be some extra requests down the road for the America Turns 250 celebrations, but that's what she has for now.
Any discussion
What did,
In between road. and
Terry, so
Yeah, the
can you
municipal
repeat,
lot.
Gina, can you repeat so Terry can hear it?
It's the Music on Main, when they have, Main Street has music in the municipal lot, like they did last year. June 26th, July 3rd, and August 28th. It's once a month. Like
And the
third
Ju-
Thursday.
July 3rd, is that when they're having the fireworks?
So that'll be down
Yeah.
here, yeah.
Yeah, that's down.
The 26, what's that date?
The only thing that I need from the. town
July
of Main
3rd.
Street is.
Which one in
In
there?
August, it's July
when they
26th,
get
July
what they
3rd, August
get.
28th.
My understanding, they wanna do a parade. They got fireworks, they got all this stuff, right? I need to know when they get it all planned. They need to come and sit down with me here with everybody in the office. I got plenty of room. We need to sit down and I need to go over everything that their plans are so I can police it
You need to
properly.
tell that to Brian No.
I told them last time I spoke with them, I haven't heard from them since.
Well, you need, that's who it is.
I can let Christina get in touch with
I only need to know when they get done with their plans, they get it with me and then, if I have to police it, and that means I might have to have everybody hands on deck. And no one can go for those 2 days, and we need to police whatever's going on, so.
Like the eclipse.
Yeah, just like you,
If.
cause they wanted me to go like 27 meetings, I said, I don't need to go. I just need to know when you're done with what you're doing, let me go come and tell you what I'm going to do.
So. Can I have a motion to approve the dates that Gina read?
I motion to approve the dates that Gina read.
Becky made that motion, Ethan seconded it, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous. Head Start request to use playground shelter, May 16th, 3 to 5 p.m.
So in the past, I think the last 3 years, we allowed them the donated use of the shelter for their program.
Any discussion?
That's a Saturday.
Do I have a motion? Ethan made a motion to approve it. Becky seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous. Franklin County Athletics, Franklin County 4-H request for donation.
So I got a request for 4 free rounds of golf to be donated to the Duel on the Hill. It's a benefit fundraiser that they're having on Saturday, May 2nd. It's called A Grateful Denny Doyle Presents. And then I guess the proceeds will go to the FC Athletics and the Franklin County 4-H.
Are you okay with that, Mark? Okay. Any discussion on that? Do I have a motion? Ethan made the motion, Rick seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous. Mark, you're up. And after you tell us what you want, we also do the spray quotes. We got it farther down
We
here, but
actually have it 2 separate, but yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. I got you.
Just a couple recaps of my tenure at 24 days. The income level's really been nice to see. We've got a bunch of renewed members, and it looks like we're on track to be about where we were last year as far as members goes, which would be good numbers, I believe, anyway. Updates on employees. I'm still looking for clubhouse inside work. The high school kids with their schedules really don't come into full effect until after school's over. And we have a lot of athletes, so priorities are ball games, practices, etc. And then we fall in there. I do have Casey Mitchum, he's really been an asset. He's going to do really well in kind of coordinating some of the high schoolers. He seems to be a little closer to their generation than me. So I think his communication skills are pretty good. But that's all just, I think it's unfolding the way it should. I don't see any problem with it coming down the lane. I have plenty of kids, I believe that will work. It's getting the part-time 21 pluses to help out in the golf shop and the food. I was talking earlier, it's 10 to 2 is a really crunch time for both incoming players and players on the turn buying food and beer. So that's my focus on a busy day, is to make sure we have that coverage and it makes that area go smooth. Skip the spray bigs for now. Looking down the road, long-term here, we've got a couple of issues that I want to get out there and get organized for, and that's one, the pump house. Currently, it's not working. The greens need aerification. And with the temperatures going up, it's very difficult to gamble on aerating the greens, poking holes in them, getting them to breathe, and not having water, because you can dry them out very quickly. And the thatch layer, I don't want to become an agronomist here, but the dead material between the actual live leaf and the root system is the issue we're after. That it makes just like rotten grass, it makes a very tough barrier for water to get through. The roots begin to shrink. And then if they get hot at a certain time, you can't protect them from the heat. So the whole idea is water is life. And that pump house isn't working currently. Charlie says he thinks he can fix it, but he has an issue with trying to get there. Curtis's wall is now kind of collapsing into the pond again after the last rainstorm. So it's really not accessible as you would play number 18. You'd have to come off of Reservoir Road and down in that way. Charlie's hesitant to do that. I don't think he knows where.
Went and saw to Franklin County, see if I needed a permit to put a culvert in. Do not, but the county requires 30-foot culvert. Well, the area we go in, Franklin County Water has a meter there, so I've had an issue there.
Do we need to buy a boat?
Like, I will talk to Steve Rover and see what we can come up with there.
Okay, I can't, right, I cannot stress the importance of that. Okay, because those greens, bent grass has 2 to 3 million plants per 1,000 square feet. Our greens have twice that. And it can be very, very dangerous for the health of the plant and the green itself to be so compacted and so thick with dead material. Disease, pick something. So the solution is to open it up, get water and fertilizer down to the roots, and grow a healthy plant. And that's really on my mind, because before we fertilized and top dressed, if you would come out and looked at it green from a distance, you would see it as yellow. And that's all you're seeing is the dead material. It's not a dark green as it should be. Okay. And then tractor parts are in. I'm assuming that is this week process according to what I've heard, but I don't know what the repair actually is. I know they have the parts. I can check with Charlie and see where we are with that. Okay. Outside of that, that's really just the highlights. I wish I were more experienced at Facebook. Okay. I'm working on it. Okay. I did not realize what the world of Facebook is. Okay. Didn't take me long to figure it out, though. I have to tell you that when I started reading some of the requests, okay, it's a very, very strange world out there.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to keep focused. I think it is a very good tool. I just Casey's helping educate me on how to maneuver it. I know. Well, he says he's an expert at it, but so I'm working on that. My messages will be a little bit more correct grammar, and I thought the voice recognition actually corrected all that. So sorry about the like 1,000 word run-on sentence. Okay, the latest post was a little more Steinbeckic. So that's all I have really. Just any questions, and then on the sprayer, I know we've.
Anybody got any questions up to this point?
I mean, my question would be for Rocky to ask about the issue of the runoff into the pond. Have you heard anything from the county APC?
Yeah, you had to put up the silt fence, but apparently it's going around that.
Well, it's still, it's piling up. I'm not a real expert on how that's supposed to work. But the last big rain we had, you could see the filtering into the corner of the lake there.
But, oh, 'cause when I was up there like 2 weeks ago, there was still no fence and it was starting to mound at the edge of the pond. And I hate to
Maybe it's went over that.
put the effort into fixing the pump and then all that silt gets sucked right into it and then we're back to not having.
Right, it's a tenuous situation. The wall has collapsed a little bit in the middle where the runoff has funneled the soil in that direction. And as you know, those things are not like made to last.
I'm good.
Okay. Break quotes and.
I texted Gina the second one. It's again, I wish I were a little earlier to this game because everybody's in the throes of doing exactly what we need have done. And Andrew Burnzot in Connorsville had submitted a bid. And I think that had we gotten to him earlier, it would have been a little bit more attractive because he's running a golf course and running a farm. And his quote includes what it's $10,000 more than this one. So it's really not manageable. And the other one, I talked with Jason over at Indian Ridge, who at one time, Andy had mentioned maybe, but same thing. For him to travel from here, from there to here with equipment and or use ours mileage wise, it's very prohibitive. And he said, Mark, because I really didn't know what this quote was. And he said, well, I know it's going to be over 2025 is what he said. So if Niehoff is still a viable candidate, I think that's our option.
How much is it?
It's 18 something.
Yeah, it's, if it were discounted 7%, it was 18.5, but 19.9 is the total. Without the discount. I think the discount applied for something prior to February being contracted.
Any discussion? Anybody got any questions? Do I have a motion?
I make the motion to go with Nehoff. Yes.
Becky made the motion to go.
I'll second it.
Fred seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous.
Thank you. Gina, if I would, I'll get with you later this week and we'll get in contact and set up a spray schedule.
That's good.
While he was here, did you want to talk about hooking up the clubhouse?
Oh, yeah, let's do that too. Thank you, Andy.
Way to go there, big guy.
Have you got the whole Nehoff yet?
No,
Okay.
I was just gonna have Gina skip it, and I'll have his number and I can touch base with him tomorrow if you like. Just let him know.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm fine.
So Steve Unger, who the county has been working with on their Reservoir Road project, had reached out, said Brackney wants to verify if Brookville is ready to move forward with connecting at the golf course as soon as the line is available. If so, they need to get moving with ordering the grinder units for the property. I think they are larger than the usual ones, which is something we had talked about.
Yeah.
And want to verify before they spend the money on it. Let us know at your convenience. So I think as far as ordering the grinder units, I think, yeah, let's go ahead. I understand, go ahead and get them ordered, but it sounds like, I assume there's going to need to be some coordination with getting them hooked up. So they're supposed to be vacating septics at the maintenance building and at the clubhouse, and then installing grinder pumps and hookups to the sewer line at those two locations. And I had emailed Steve back and asked those questions, or if there was somebody at Brackney we could talk to. Who's the contact? Do you know who the contact is?
Okay.
Corey? Okay.
Can you get Corey's number and everything to contact information?
But I think as far as ordering the grinder pumps, we're good to go. We just will need to coordinate the actual install and hookup.
Any questions from the board? We want to make a motion to,
My only concern, that'd be a question for Brackney, would be when are they planning on installing them and how long will it take? Just
Exactly.
Because it's
Exactly.
gonna, you know, if it takes 2 weeks and they got the driveway shut down and he's got 4 events scheduled in that time.
So I had wrote back and said, I'm assuming that they're ready to move forward, but I will reach out to my people to confirm. Do you know if the clubhouse will need to be shut down for any length of time, or is there someone with Brackney that I can direct them to should they have any questions? So that's kind of where my thought was too. Yeah, you don't wanna, hey, we're gonna be coming in on Monday and you've got a 80-person scramble on that Monday or something.
Well, just, the only, May 2nd is our first Saturday outing. That's the Sprague outing, 34 teams last year. That would be, I mean, it's a weekend, so I'm thinking they're gonna be digging on a weekend anyway. The only other dates, and I think that the facility has enough room that we can isolate their work area and we can just make do with another area while they're doing that. You know, I'm not sure where they're gonna tear it up or not, but we have both sides of the clubhouse we can actually get carts to and cordon off one versus the other.
So I think if you wanted to do a motion to authorize them to go ahead and order the grinder pumps and then have Rocky contact, you said it's Corey with Brackney to get some specifics of what.
have him in the loop, have him with the information too.
Yeah, that way I can keep track, you know, it's just a numbers game, but weather, you know, weather's what it is. If they happen to do it on a great day and everybody thinks, oh, let's play golf. Well, but I think we can adapt and overcome. We got 2 sides to the clubhouse. They're surely not gonna be tearing up both.
And it's temporary. I mean, you know,
Are
Right.
we gonna have to rent some portalets in this process? Are the clubhouse bathrooms gonna be shut
I
down?
think so when they come in, like when they gonna hook up mine,
Yeah,
they gotta run the electric, the grinder pump, they have everything, they took photos, they know where everything has to go in the layout. So I'm gonna be down for a day or 2 maybe, depending on them getting everything ran. So I would say when they come up to do the clubhouse,
yeah.
they're probably going to let him know, hey, listen, we're probably gonna try to get it done in a day, but it could be 2 to 3 days depending. So you might wanna consider getting a couple of those just in case for bathroom.
Well, and just continuing with the portalets, because we normally have 2 on the golf course for the ladies. Well, for the people who want to use the.
Lucky you.
I mean, let's just say, sometimes they're not all used by both, okay? But they're there. So when we get contact portalets, I probably need to be on the list here. 1st of May to have those installed. Because with the first outing, May 2nd, we want to have some room for evacuations.
He's going to, you can tell him your concerns and stuff, and I'm sure they would work with you.
Yeah.
To let you know the time frame there, and it'll help you too. So
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Pretty good about all that.
Yeah.
I was just
Very professional.
gonna let them know, we're okay with the grinder pumps getting ordered, assuming an install will shut down the clubhouse for a little bit of time. We would just ask that the install be coordinated with our golf course director. Our street superintendent will be reaching out to Corey with Brackney to get that conversation started.
did we ever vote?
I don't think so.
I'll make a motion to approve the.
Brad made a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Ethan, well,
Go ahead.
Megan seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous.
Well, I hadn't hit send yet. I just. I was waiting for you guys.
Anything else?
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you. Look for my next post on Facebook.
John, don't edit it.
The aquatic center quotes for repairs and paint.
Sometimes it's a full, I think it's the 5th or 6th year. I got pictures and stuff I think Tina sent to everybody on the damages, the paint, how it faded, how they rolled it on and overlapped it. I got 3 different bids, one from Gripstone Company LLC. I got one from Chase Painting and Roger Bush from the aquatic specialist, the spears that put the pool in. He recommended, this is his first bid, he recommended coming in, sandblasting it, all the paint and everything off, resurfacing it and repainting.
Sounds expensive.
His bid was $62,073. Chase Painting come in, Rebecca and I met with him down there, explaining what we wanted done, how we wanted it fixed. He came in at $34,600. I got a hold of the Scriptstone Company guy, LLC. Same fixing of the steps that I've sent pictures to you, how they're busted,
Mhm.
some chunks and
Yeah.
cracks missing.
Yeah.
Everything's used with epoxy paint now. He'd spray it on and he's down to 19.5.
What do you recommend?
I recommend the 19.5 guy.
Okay, all right.
Because he explained to me exactly, he said, well, you need hydraulic cement to fix these steps. He says you need a jet washer to come in here and wash it all down. And then he says, then we'll take and wash it all down with muriatic acid. And then he said, we'll let it dry a couple of days. It's a 7 to 10 day process. So hopefully if everything goes good and goes through, we can get this done this year.
And we're talking about changing the color also.
Yeah, the color will be like a lighter blue instead of the white. And it won't be so bright.
And the black stripes,
The,
they will not be
Yeah.
there because that was gonna cost an extra couple $1,000.
yes, they don't, you know,
And we don't need,
Or the crosses.
we aren't having any
Yeah.
beats or.
Yeah.
the only
Right,
thing I
they
asked him
need swim lanes.
to put the stripe in is where it goes down to the deep end, that it goes just a short
Right.
wall.
Yeah,
So,
And the crosses won't be installed again either.
no, that'll be all that'll be
And how
going.
about the handlebars? Did that include new handlebars? Because Chase said that we needed new. They're gonna use the old ones?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Cause he's pulling all.
Tail waters?
Do I?
Do we just use the tail waters?
I mean, nobody's done nothing with us in 6 years. I think I paint the black stripes that are on there now, I painted them 2 years ago and you can see how bad it faded already. I mean, it's just a chemical, just eats it a lot.
yeah.
So do you have any idea when this company could start?
I called and told him, he says, he sent me a sign bid. So somebody needs to sign it and they ship it to him, call him.
I make a motion, we accept the 19,500.
I second that motion and they
Get
have
it
to
going
be,
ASAP to have it.
because
hopefully.
we have to have it done by May 20th, right?
Yes, there's a manufacturer guarantee for the paint,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we have to have this done by May 20th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
To be open for Memorial Day
Yeah.
weekend.
Well, there's something, what else is going on? Mike?
He has here on here, project swimming pool repair, scope of the work, jet blast pool, remove all the loose debris, repair cracks and walls. Repair damaged steps, painting the pool using epoxy 2-part pool painting, covering all fittings and drains and outlets from paint. Includes all material and labor.
But what's going on? You said something that it had to be done by May 20th. All the work.
That's when we open.
No, we don't open
No.
on May 20th.
Saturday before is, what is that?
We open Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah.
So we open the 23rd.
But I thought something was coming in. You said you had to be it done by May 20th. No.
Well, if he wants the work done by the 20th, they're gonna have to refill the pool, get the
Yeah.
chemicals. That gives them 3 days to
It's gonna
fill it, get the chemicals going.
2 days to fill a pool.
Okay.
2 days.
It'll be pretty warm by then.
So yeah, done by the 20th still puts 3 days
Let's
to
get
get
started.
everything ready. So that's still,
Did we motion on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I made a
Fred
motion.
made motion, you seconded.
Did we ever figure out a solution to the tiles coming loose up on
I
top?
glued them down last year. I put the grout stuff back down, pulled them up. I found some that was down there somewhere. I replaced them. The ones that were coming loose. There's probably gonna be a couple more here and there and I'll just have to take it as I can do it.
that. How about the rest where the paint meets the metal there? It's
Mhm.
like in the deep end. Are you guys gonna take care of
Well,
that?
that little, that's just a little bit of rust. It ain't gonna hurt. It's stainless steel.
It's gonna get bigger. And you can see it
I'll get, they call it
Okay.
chinking it is what they do.
Okay.
You gotta put an acid on it and then you gotta wipe it off.
I
because
do
if we're
have a
gonna,
question about the lines, cause the only thing that concerns me is if you guys said you're gonna do an open swim. And you have lanes, for adults, are you gonna do that this year?
yeah, but I don't think we need the lane lines for that.
Yeah, what would you need lanes
Yeah.
for?
They're just gonna push each other out of the way anyway.
I don't think my record really do that.
Yeah, and there's, all right, I'm just saying, yeah,
You might probably don't need the trip.
I don't think it needs lines. Yeah, yeah, we kind of done some, we done some work.
Now we'll make copies here.
So,
So. And I have the pictures if anybody wants to see them here with me, whatever, so.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
thank you very much, so.
Anything else on that?
Nope.
Do
We
you
down
want me
there
to give you a
today.
phone number? And let you know, do you want me to give you a phone, are you going to do this? We gotta vote it in first, right?
Tell me what
We
to
have
do
to
here.
vote it in, you go with that, cause I second it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So just, okay, but
Unanimous.
unanimous, okay, go for it.
All right.
Thank you, Tony. If you need anything, let me know. Thanks.
I'll put it in your box, or you want me to scan and email it to you? In the box, okay. Thank you.
You too. And you can stay if you want to. Indian Landmarks Contract.
So this is the contract for the representation for the Historic Preservation Commission. It's a service for $3,500 for the year. And then we also pay the $50 for the nonprofit membership.
Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
What, I don't,
Oh, sorry.
what is that? Why do we need it?
So they are the representative that reviews the certificate of appropriateness applications for the Historic Preservation Commission. So they are employees of Indiana Landmarks. And whenever they have a new certificate application, they review them, make recommendations to the commission. What's acceptable, what's not. Suggestions.
And the guy that we got right now, he's pretty good.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out why we're paying somebody else to create another layer of stuff that's not really needed, but 3,500 just seems like that's a lot of money for.
Pretty thorough, he's pretty thorough.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
taking a
small
lot of
concern.
time. I
Yeah.
think it's pretty cheap if you do it by the hour.
Considering what he does,
Okay.
yeah.
And we don't have anybody qualified to.
Yeah. Unless you want to volunteer. for it.
Oh, no, I didn't want to. I'm like, it's seven blocks on Main Street.
Your
I just-
predecessor's done that for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Do I have a motion?
I make that motion.
Becky
to
made
approve
a
it.
motion to approve. Do I have a second? Rick seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Unanimous. Done municipal group agreement for 2026.
So last year I had asked council for permission to utilize Stowe Municipal Group for budget services. With the new upcoming legislative changes and the property tax revenue structure and the possible future lit structure that they keep kind of kicking down the road. I would feel more confident if I had these guys on call, basically. Last year, I think we had a not to exceed 18,000. I think he billed us for a total of like 8,700. So it didn't go that far. I guess it just depends on how much we required services.
I thought he was very helpful.
A retainer, yeah.
Okay.
I thought
It's-
he was very helpful during budget.
I think this year and next year especially, I think
Yeah.
that's where we're something we're
He's-
gonna need.
He was very good at forecasting what we have coming to us, so. I would like
What's
to
the
continue. It's $295 an hour. For his services not to exceed 18,000.
Any discussion? Motion?
Make that motion.
Rick made a
Second.
motion to approve.
I'll second.
Becky seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Unanimous. Motorola Solutions for in-car radio installation.
So the police department had this in their budget for this year, but the total invoice exceeded the regular purchasing agents allowable. So the total is $10,394.24. I just wanted council's formal approval to get that invoice paid
It was in the budget last year.
for this year.
Planned
Yeah,
for this year, okay.
correct.
I'll
I'll
make
make
that
a motion
motion.
to approve.
I'll
it.
go ahead and I'll
Fred made a
second.
motion, Becky seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous. I don't think it's me, I think it's you.
Oh, that's fine.
Ordinance to amend water and sewer rates.
So this would be the first step in the process based off the rate report that we got from Baker Tilly a little bit ago. And so you, with the, any time you're looking at a rate adjustment, you introduce the ordinance, then you run a notice of public hearing. And then you hold the public hearing and consider the ordinance. So it's basically first reading, second reading. And then this one. So again, we've had a rate report prepared by Baker Tilly. It would be an adjustment to the water and the sewer rates. Do you want me to go through with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just remember, 8:30 is till.
I know. Trying to find the right page.
Are we gonna vote on this off for a 1-year raise or over a 3-year
It,
period?
what we had decided was a 2-year
3-year
period.
period,
It'd
okay.
be phased in 2 years,
Okay.
the 2 years.
Okay. Wouldn't be such a big shock.
Yes,
It's not that much anyway, is it?
No.
it's, if you call up around us, we are the cheapest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to pull out those little charts that shows where we are compared to others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for metered flow rate for water for the first 2,333 gallons, it's currently $5.71. Phase one would be $6.51, so an 80-cent increase. And then phase two would be $7.23, which is a 72-cent increase. So a $1.52 increase over the two phases. Phase one would be June 1st of this year through May 31st of next year, and then phase two would kick in June 1st of 2027, and that would be the rates until such time as they would be adjusted again. And then there's adjustments to the minimum charges based on the meter size, 5/8 inch meter up to a 6-inch meter. Small adjustments to fire protection monthly fee, and then the hydrant fees, and then the sewer rates. Oh yeah, Gina pointed out. Let's see, where was that chart that shows where we are compared to everybody else? So yeah, so after phase two is implemented, should the ordinance go through, the average user in the 4,000 gallon monthly bill with a 5/8 inch meter would be $26.34. And that is only Rushville would be cheaper. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 communities that they have given examples of that are higher. And again, that's 26.34 average. The highest on that chart is 77.51. So feel bad for our friends in Milan. And then sewer. Currently, your first 2,000 gallons, 1094. Phase one would be 1149, which is a 56-cent increase, and then 1206 for phase two. So that's $1.12 total increase over those two phases. minimum charge would be is currently 2188. It would be 2298 and then 2412 for the minimum.
So overall, what will it raise just for a normal person a month? Cause you know, people's gonna ask that.
Oh, well, I'll have that on the 20th at the public hearing. I haven't done
Okay.
that.
Okay,
I mean, if you're doing, this is based off the 4,000 gallon average and
Yeah.
it's 2,000 a minimum.
yeah,
So, I mean, I could,
okay,
usually Baker Tilly does the rate charts for us.
yeah,
But yeah, I can have that ready for the
cause
20th.
people will ask that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
if you look at the rate report for the sewer on page 13, it lists at the bottom the approximate average residential monthly bill for 4,000 gallons for sewer is currently $32.34. In phase one, it would be $33.96, which is an increase of $1.62 per month, and then $35.64. So when phase two is implemented, it would be an increase of $3.30 per month. So $36 a year. See if I can find that.
But we have a $2,000 minimum, so
You're
I
right.
can figure the minimum. Is that what you're asking
Well,
for?
overall, what everything was gonna, everything that they're raising the price on, overall, what will it cost a person?
$4 a month.
$4 extra a month, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's what I mean.
I mean,
Any discussion?
you're still gonna hear about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I make a motion to approve
No.
the new rate.
All we're doing is first reading.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One note if I had any
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
So this is just first reading and then the notice is running tomorrow, Wednesday. And all of these rates, what phase one, phase two are all spelled out in that notice. And then so the formal public hearing would be before, not next meeting, right?
No, you told me April 20.
Yeah, okay.
Again, this is over a 2-year period, so
Yes.
if it's half this year, half next year, so
Right.
it's not even $4.
Yeah. We
Right,
did say that the
immediately.
meeting on the 20th, because it's running on the 8th, that's out, it's at least 10 days before the meeting is when we're supposed to run it. So the 20th would be the formal public hearing, second reading of the ordinance.
And then Amy already prepared the mailings that we have to send out for the notices, and then we did put it on the bills, so people are aware of this month of the public hearing.
Yeah, I think certainly you guys are in a much better position than a lot of people. I'm of the opinion that it should be law that you have to do a rate report every at least 4 years.
The opinion, what?
That you should have to do a rate report at least every 4 years, because a lot of communities, nobody wants to raise rates, and a lot
Yeah.
of communities will go a significant period of time without raising their rates. And what's important too is it's in the statute for these rates that your rates have to be set in an amount to meet your obligations. And if they aren't, they are unlawful. It is unlawful. Like, you can't prop up your utilities. You have to set your rates in an amount to pay the obligations.
Well, it's insane not to.
Right. So.
I don't understand that.
Especially with second lowest in the region,
Yeah.
We got some people worried.
And I think our water tastes better than Rushville's.
I may need to drive a mile and try it. See how the other half is living. Dang on.
The opioid advisory committee.
So I had talked to John briefly about setting up an advisory committee to discuss how we want to spend our restricted funds, because there's certain things you can only do with those restricted funds. A lot of communities around us, I've checked, that's basically what they're doing. They're setting up committees, they decide what to do. The unrestricted, we're allowed to spend, I think this past year we used those budgeted funds for the police department, the cars, radios and installs. But the restricted, I know, is it Joetta Johnson was here one meeting and had asked if we had done anything that, because I think she participates at the county level. So I've talked to John that if you guys are okay with it, she is willing to serve. I believe Brittany Schwab from the health department also. Bethany Lures, I have not contacted her, but she is the director of Staying Alive, so I'm sure she would be on board. And then Harold Lanning, I know he heads up a group here locally. So those were the people I was.
And if any council members want to take part.
No more than 2.
Yeah, and we're.
Volunteer, yeah.
I will-
Or if anybody had suggestions of who they might want to.
I'd like to sit in on it. I would. Can you get them, can you get like dates set up to, sent to us?
Yeah, well, first I wanna contact and make sure they're still interested.
Website or some way that we can find out what the restrictions are for those.
Oh, yeah, it's a long list of
Yeah.
things.
So that, it's not a narrow window, there's lots we can do with that.
Yeah.
Rick said he would like to also.
Yeah.
The restricted funds are restricted to combating the opioid epidemic. And there's it's multiple pages of what it is, but a lot of them are not applicable to small rural communities.
I think we were on the verge of even not getting ours because I think a certain population goes to the counties if you're under. But I can send that out to council.
Okay.
You probably understand it.
Do you need a motion or anything?
If you guys are okay with those, me contacting those
Yeah.
persons.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Make a motion on that?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we, contact for the advisory committee for the opioid.
Fred made a motion to
I'll second.
organize a committee.
So,
Becky seconded it. All in favor, all opposed, unanimous. Franklin County Middle School baseball use of grandstands field.
So I had contacted the new representative and he did give me a list of dates. That they will be utilizing the fields for middle school baseball. He said he's in the process of scheduling the Babe Ruth right now. The reason I got in touch with him so early was because that Pause for Purpose, their event is in June. And I didn't know if that date was cleared or not for the grandstands. So I told him about this, he would not schedule anything for that weekend. I think their event's the 13th and then the rain date was the 14th. So he said he would stay away from that. And I gave a copy of this to Rocky also.
Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
I make that motion to.
Becky made a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Fred seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous. Friday night men's softball league use of field.
So Eli Butt was he's in charge of the league this year and he would like permission to use the fields for the Friday evenings. I think last year the tournaments they did use down below. But I told him that would be, he would have to clear that calendar with the girls' youth softball organization.
Any discussion?
I make the motion to allow him to use it.
Becky made a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Fred seconded, all in favor, unanimous. Twin Forks Chapter DAR building permit.
So they are doing some rehabilitation to the property, the old stone house, I think she calls it the historical house on 168 East First Street. They're doing an addition and then also revamping the property to have some community meeting rooms in there also. A while back, they did, I think we discussed there was an alley between the two properties and they did get their their variance approval for that.
Yeah, cause
From
we
the-
brought up, why not just
Right.
vacate the alley? But if they got their variance, it's
Yeah.
all the
So-
same.
And so we're kind of on the back end of it. They had already gotten their state design release and they also got their county permit. So
Discussion. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Becky made a motion to approve
I'll second
the
it.
permit. Fred seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous. El Reparo Dora designation.
So I think we're not necessarily ready to move on that because we need to get, I sent out an ordinance today to amend our DORA. So the church, the Lutheran church behind El Reparo has indicated, they sent a letter to El Reparo that they would not object to the expansion of the DORA boundary. So I think in place of this specific to El Reparo, I think we could really consider that amendment to the ordinance, that ordinance amending the DORA as a first reading tonight. And then between now and our next meeting, get the letter of no objection from the church. They sent El Reparo a letter, but there's like a formal letter of no objection format that they need to sign. So then we could do second reading at our next meeting. And then at that time, there is a form that El Reparo has to be classified as a designated permittee that the town council would have to sign off on. But this it's just gonna go right around that little block right there and rope them into the DORA as well. I looked at going on down Church Street, but then there's the Methodist church there also that would be close. So I didn't handle it that way.
Yeah.
You're talking about it going down east side of Main Street on the sidewalk to El Reparo and then around it.
So right now, the DORA boundary at the northern part is 9th to Main. And this would now make it 9th to Church. And then it would come down to that alleyway and would go right back to Main. Just blocking off El Reparo right there in the butcher.
Rectangle there.
Yeah.
Fit them in it.
And I did draft a letter to send to the church, if you don't mind signing that, and then I can get that letter that Andy needs from them.
Yeah, and we'll send that letter and the letter of no objection and then a copy of the ordinance and the map.
Do I have a motion to authorize me to sign this?
I'll make that motion.
Becky made a motion. Rick who second?
Rick.
Rick seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about our door. Fifth and Long Street discussion. A person came to me and said that it is very hard when you're on Long Street to see oncoming traffic. It's a two-way stop right now, and you gotta pull out almost to the middle of the street. I went down to see it because I don't often travel Long Street, and he is correct. You have to go about to the middle to be able to see the way. So he was wondering about making that a four-way stop.
I feel like the two people
Mhm.
that need to be involved are already
Yeah.
staying here, like almost like.
That's
they're-
why I'm
They
staring
were
at it.
waiting on this. So, I would suggest that. Has there ever been any kind of traffic study or, like I had said to earlier to the board, I know the state, there's some statutes that have the setback requirements, stuff like that. And years ago, we had a person that lived on the opposite side of that same intersection that drove a semi for years. And he did everything right. He parked by the setbacks and did everything he should. It was just the fact that he drove a sleeper cab home. So you still had to be into the intersection before you could see past it, even though he met all the restrictions. It was just awkward.
Well, and I understand what you're saying on that, John. There's a lot of intersections where you have fences that are too close. You've got buildings that are too close. I run into this every year multiple times with a lot of people. And I go and have to sit down and talk to them and me and Rocky have talked numerous times about a lot here in the town here and there. But if you go to that specific area and you drive Long Street and you have stop signs that are on Long Street, and then Fifth Street is no stop sign. So that's the right. If you come down Long Street, there is a truck, like a flatbed type of truck there. And then you've got one of the old school bus,
Short bus.
short bus.
Yeah.
So-
Party buses.
Yeah, so if you look at it, there's no stop sign or traffic light there, and there's no cross curve there, and there's no fire hydrant there. So there's really something there that doesn't, I don't think I have teeth with them in that particular area because we really don't have anything there on that particular corner. But if you look at the houses and you look how they're parked, if I asked them to move their vehicle back 15 feet, they're literally going to lose the whole parking in front of their house, because that's all they have. Now, they would have to park in front of another person's house. Their parking has to go in front of the other people's house. So you literally, if you move that back 15 feet, or at least has to do 15-20 feet, it's really going to mess up parking for the houses. Now, take that into consideration.
Pushing them into the other intersection.
Yes, you're pushing them the other direction. But then when you start putting stop signs out, because we can't help every single person. We'd like to, but you can't. You're going to want, everybody's gonna want a stop sign every single intersection. So we're gonna be stopped at 4 ways everywhere in town. Now, I've been here for 27 years. I'm not saying it's not a problem, because I went down there and saw what you're talking about. It's basically a double stop. When you stop, you don't see, you pull out because that vehicle's parked there. You pull out and then you look both ways. It's a double stop. And then you proceed forward. I've never had a complaint down here at that particular intersection. But I'm willing to whatever you guys want. But I think me and Rocky talked, and I think we're in agreement. We really wasn't thinking about putting stop signs there unless you guys want to.
Just leave it the way it is.
Well, I haven't had an accident down there. I haven't had anybody complaining of the intersection that lives down there.
Is there speeding?
That's why I said
No,
maybe
no,
like
it's just
a traffic
Right.
survey, you know, like you said, there's never been an accident.
Well,
My thing is, I'm afraid if we
we do it.
do it one time, he'll order 2 stop signs this month, he's gonna have to order 400 next month, because you know as well as I do, there's a lot of intersections, alleyways, intersections that are just stop sign one way. And if we start the precedent of making every one a 4-way stop,
Right.
you're gonna have to buy pallets of stop signs.
Now, there was an incident down there earlier with me and Rick. Because when I was coming through,
Were you
Rick
driving?
was on his golf cart, and his golf cart's lower than a car. But my SUV was on the top of his golf cart, and when we went past, we stopped real quick, right? So, yes, the golf cart could be a problem there because of the vehicle, but being in a car, you should be able to ease out enough responsibly and check both ways. You can't help bad drivers. But I understand what you're saying about that. I just don't know how you want to go about it. You just want to put stop signs up. You want to put no parking sign up there to make everybody kind of move 15 feet. Those are things that we can do.
Don't, if you put stop sign, doesn't that like break the rhythm?
Well, no,
Is it like every other street has stop signs going this way? And the other ones are stop signs going this way. Am I correct when I say that?
The problem you have when you start doing that in the rhythm what you're saying. So if you put a stop sign in that intersection, I don't care what you do. You put a stop sign in that intersection, we're gonna have an accident there. Because people are so used to not having an intersection. The stop sign there is gonna cause more of a problem. And tell me if I'm wrong, Fred, people, the routine, the what they know, like a one-way street. You know how long it took us to get people to get off that ride?
They're still going
Exactly.
back.
And they don't know, and they're so used to that. My biggest thing is, we might cause an accident there if we go the other route. Right now, we're not having accidents there, we don't have a problem. But if we go that route, know that there's going to be an issue there until people get it in their brain that there's a stop sign, because they'll just drive right by it. And then kids are gonna walk, and that's my biggest thing. You remember last year, a couple of years ago, when I started hammering people in town because they were parking on the wrong side of the road? That was because I got a lot of complaints where kids were playing or walking and the cars were pulling out and they were almost hitting kids because they should have been parked there. So we started hammering, hey, you're not gonna park that way, we need you parking the right way. So that took a while for people to start obeying it, but they did. And that was solely because I was getting a lot of complaints, worried about kids getting hit because cars pulling out and kids weren't paying attention. So that was a reason. I've never had the problem down there in that area, but I'm not opposed if you want to put no parking sign there, but we're going to have to move the people who live in that house. We're going to have to make them move like 15 feet down. So that makes everybody in that row basically going to have to be mindful, or they're just going to lose 15 feet in front of that house to park.
Listen, you're a warrior. So,
I think that's the best route, because if you put stop signs there, you know as well as I do, that's probably gonna cause a problem in the beginning.
Like a no parking here to intersection type thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the best route to go, if that's what you wanna do.
I went down there the other day as well, and the work truck or whatever that you're
Yeah.
talking, I mean, if he wasn't 15, 20 feet from the intersection, he was close, so I mean, he's almost there anyway.
I went and checked it out this morning, you're going south, come around and you come up. And where he's parked, you're gonna be right on that intersection before you can even see that stop sign.
Right.
So you're.
I mean, I personally think I could probably talk to the guy and he was not parked there. I mean, I know who lives there.
See, there's no curb or.
There's no curb right there.
Yeah,
So you can't put a yellow
A
stripe.
yellow stripe in it.
Yellow line on the road, but.
I saw you yellow line on the road, so.
At this point, I'd say ask them if they wouldn't mind moving, and if it still persists, then
Take it back up, table it until we find out if we can resolve it
exactly,
by other means, yeah.
that's what I would say.
Good with
Is that a
that.
motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we table it until, see if we can come up.
Fred made motion to table.
I'll second.
Rick seconded, all in favor, all opposed, unanimous.
Just Terry, not try to run.
We've already done the resolution.
Like he's trying to justify.
Stopping before the stop sign?
I stopped that.
After sign.
I stopped, no. He come flying around.
Oh, never mind.
Well, we've already done the Reservoir Road project, so we're at the end.
Motion, we adjourn this meeting.
I think you made a motion.
Second.
Everybody seconded, all in favor, opposed, unanimous. Andy, can you make it to Lawrenceburg and